Okay. Hi, welcome to Action Alchemy. My name is Philip John, and for today's topic, we're going to be talking about why you find yourself in a struggling position, and a lot of the times it's because of it's really your fault. It's your decision that you make, and I try to make that as soft as possible. But a lot of the reasons we are where we are is based on past decisions that we have made that put ourselves in the current position that you are. Before I continue to this topic, I want to let you know a little bit about something. A lot of what I say is based on my opinions, based on past experience, based on the people that I know, gained experience, gained knowledge. And so if you find that maybe to you a lot of what I'm saying is bollocks, then fair enough, that's your opinion and you can probably go to the next video. But if you have a little bit of curiosity, then just listen a bit and maybe you might find something helpful to this video. And if it does help you, just make sure to like, comment, and share it to some of your friends and family so that this might be beneficial to you and them. But let's get to the topic. In this topic, we're going to have two parts. The first part, which is going to be foundation, and the second part will be decision. Foundation. A lot of the things that we know and the things that we do are based on our upbringing. The things that have been taught to us by our parents, by our teachers, the school that we went to, the friends that we hanged out with, the relationships that we formed, which built the person that you are. However, later on in life, you make the choice to keep those foundations or change them, which goes into part B, which is decision. What you do on a consistent basis generally is informed. We just don't decide to kind of become conscious of it. We just don't decide to kind of think about it. And some of the things, let's say for example, let's make it more blatant. A lot of decisions that people do is, let's say they smoke or they drink in excess. Those things are quite conscious. It's all over, even in the packets that you smoke or in the internet, it's very obvious that those things are negative, but we choose not to become aware of it. Those are quite blatant. But let's say decisions that we make that are not very blatant, let's say the type of foods that we eat. We may know that eating in excess sugar is negative, but we don't know that eating foods that are saturated in fat or have colorings are also negative and can lead to certain medical problems. When you make a choice to become aware or conscious of the things that you do on a daily basis, it helps you to put you in a better position, helps you to understand what is positive for you and what is negative for you, what is something that can progress you. And the reason most people make the choice to not do certain things is whether it's comfortable for them, whether they feel like it takes too much time, takes too much effort, and so they decide not to. They decide to push it on a later date. And oftentimes that will have a very bad effect on them later on. They may realize it when it's too late. So this is why I make this video, to kind of make it conscious, make it aware, so that you may think about the things that you've done recently. Things such as, for example, how you live your lifestyle on a daily basis, how, let's say if you go to uni, you study, whether you make the choice to kind of put in a little bit of effort to put in 5 minutes to read on the things that you're studying, put in a little effort to be disciplined. So let's say you wake up every morning at a certain time rather than whenever you feel like it, or go to sleep at a certain time rather than just sleeping because you feel tired or because you're not bothered. You know, it's important to make the choice before life decides to make that choice for you. And as blatant as that might sound, but reality, you either choose to do things that are beneficial for you, or outside factors or your job or your occupation or your family make those choices for you. And a lot of the times you don't like those choices. So we should learn to be keen, to be detail oriented on the things that we do on a daily basis. So let me revise in the topic video. The reason we end up in bad decisions is because of the choice that you make on a daily basis. And if you want to change those choices, be aware of the foundations that you grew up with and acknowledge whether they're negative and positive. And part B, be aware of the choices that you consistently make and why you do those choices, and how to remove the negative choices and change them into positive ones so that you can have positive outcomes. If you found this video helpful, let me know, and just don't forget to like and share. Awesome.